Unnecessary Roughness. I'm joined by Owen and Chris, and today we've got two hot topics to talk about. First being, it's fairly early, but college football is always a buzzing topic. Who's going to win each Power 5 conference? Who do you have?
Well, for the ACC, let's keep it short and simple. Clemson. They did lose a lot of defense talent, but that receiving core is stacked. Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence. There's nobody in that conference that's a top 15 team instead of Clemson. The Big Ten, I'm going to stick with Ohio State. Now, Michigan's got a better recruiting class, but Ohio State, I think Justin Fields has a higher ceiling than Shea Patterson. Ohio State I trust more. And Michigan's had issues against them 1v1 in the game in November. For Big 12, I'm going to go Oklahoma. Now, Texas, I think, has a good shot too, but Texas cannot lose a game they should not lose, like Oklahoma State last year or Maryland. Oklahoma, they got Jalen Hurts, a good mobile quarterback. By the way, my pick to win the Heisman. Lincoln Riley's a great offensive coach. The offense will be high-powered as always. I think they continue to run this conference. The Pac-12, a team not a lot of people talk about, Oregon, a dark horse team to get to the playoff. They had an excellent recruiting class, by far the best in the conference. They have Justin Herbert, who's probably going to be a top 10 pick, maybe top 5 pick next year. He's coming back. So it's an Oregon team. The Pac-12 South is really weak right now. USC's down. They're dysfunctional. In the Pac-12 North, Washington lost Jake Browning and Myles Gaskin. Washington State lost Gardner Minshew. I think Oregon rides an easy conference at the top. SC East, Alabama's an obvious choice, but Georgia's the team I'm looking out for. The O-line is as good as anybody in the country. DeAndre Swift's amazing. Jake Fromm is a top 5 quarterback. They had a number 2 recruiting class. I'm going Alabama to win the conference, but Georgia, I think, like last year, will make it very interesting.
You know, honestly, I'm a big Texas fan, but I think Oklahoma will win the Big 12. They've got so much firepower on offense, and they've really been improving on defense. Had a great recruiting class. Bama, let's keep it short and simple for SEC. Clemson for ACC, you've made really good points about that. Clemson has the most high-powered offense in the whole, probably all of college, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, look at the weapons they have at running back, like Travis, what's his name?
Etienne.
Yeah, Etienne, yes, Travis Etienne. Great running back. He's going to be doing good things. Pac-12, Oregon, that's another pick for me. I mean, Herbert was like a top 10 guy. Like,
in my opinion, he could have easily got number 1 this year. I think if anybody other than Arizona, because of Cliff Kingsbury's offense, had the number 1 pick last year and needed a quarterback, they would have taken Herbert.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Big Ten, I'm probably going to say Michigan. Though they lost Rashawn Gary, who was not the best, but he was really good. I feel like they'll still make improvements. Jim Harbaugh will step it up, and they'll make it to the playoff.
Agreed. Yeah, for SEC, I've got Alabama taking it all. I mean, Florida, they were very good last year. They were kind of a scare for a few teams, but I don't think they'll be as good this year. They've obviously had a lot of off-the-field issues with recruits and people transferring out, so I've got Alabama taking that easily. Clemson taking the ACC very easily. Big Ten, I think this is the year Michigan finally gets it done. Harbaugh's been there for a couple of years now. He's got to get something going, and this would be the year to do it. Ohio State no longer has Urban Meyer. Dwayne Haskins is gone, and they've got a young quarterback in Justin Fields. So it's going to be interesting. I've got Ohio State taking the Big Ten. In the Big 12, I've got Oklahoma taking it all. I think Texas, I mean, they're a good team, but I still don't think they're quite there yet as a team that's going to contend for. They're going to maybe make the conference championship, but I don't think they're going to make the playoff. I don't think they're going to win the conference championship. And there's so many teams in the Big 12 that can get a win on any given day. Like you saw Oklahoma State giving Texas a loss last year. Iowa State is a scare for most teams this year. I think Iowa State can go for 8 or 9 wins. I think Oklahoma State can go for 6 or 7 and keep these Oklahoma and Texas powerhouses under 10 wins, under 11 wins. So it should be interesting there. Our next topic is the NFL draft. Who do you guys think had the best NFL draft class?
Well, I'm just going to go with Washington Redskins. They got Haskins at 15. They really lucked out into that because, I mean, Jones went at 6. I mean, that's not a bad pick, but it's not the right pick. You should have taken there. But they also got Montez Sweat, guy who really showed his athleticism at the combine, running like a 4.2, right? Some crazy, or not a 4.2, 4.42. But I feel like they made the right decisions, and this should let a team that has tons of broken legs into a team that's going to have boosted, strong, and fast legs rushing into the playoffs whenever they need to.
For me, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Ed Oliver at 9. Again, there's some character concerns at Houston that I think is just nonsense about. But he was a great interior defensive lineman, probably the best player available. Could have gone top 5, maybe. And then, of course, you have Cody Ford, the offensive lineman. Of course, when you lost Cordy Glenn and Richie Cognito last year, Allen didn't get much protection. And also, Devin Singletary at FAU. Had 30 touchdowns a couple years ago in Lane Kiffin's FAU offense. Of course, you have LaShawn McCoy, who's aging. They have Frank Gore, who's aging. They may have gotten a stud running back, a great offensive lineman, and a key piece in the interior defensive line. Buffalo is still Not going to be, I don't think it's a playoff team, but with these draft picks develop, post Brady Belichick, wouldn't be shocked if they win the division.
Well, that's all the time we have here on Unnecessary Roughness. I'm Graham Bronstein. For Chris and Owen, goodbye.